to the Hot Toys Live Show. Woo! You guys, we are back with another amazing show that features our friends over at Hot Toys. We love them so much, and they were nice enough to send us some advanced samples of things that are shipping soon for the holidays. So we wanted to give you kind of an up-close and personal look. Some of these things we've featured before. Some of these things we've never featured on a show before, so it's definitely something that you're going to want to watch. As always, our live chats are open on our social media channels, so be sure to ask us questions and we will try to answer them live on the show today. So first up, we have the Wonder Woman Deluxe figure. This is from the Justice League movie. She looks fantastic. And the Deluxe figure, I want to point out, comes with three things that the normal figure does not come with. So that is this belt right here. It's kind of a strap that goes across her body right here. Can you see it? Yeah? Yeah, there we go.
You got it.
Thank you. Comes with this cloak that you can put on Diana because sometimes it's cold, especially when she goes to London. Well, that was in Wonder Woman, but you know, she gets cold, so she needs a cloak sometimes. So this very detailed fabric. There's even like little armholes for her sword and stuff. So that, and then of course, the Amazonian mother box is also what it comes with as well. These are the three things that are different in this deluxe figure. So there you go. Now the things that she comes with no matter what, so even if you don't get the deluxe version, you get a different version of Wonder Woman. She does come with obviously the lasso of truth that has these pre-posed action whippings. I don't know, is that what you want to call them? As well as the golden lasso of truth that very much stays in her belt and is great to display her if you want to display her kind of stoic and goddess-like and Amazonian. She has two different bracelets of submission. The ones that she's wearing currently, let's turn it so you can see these a little better. These ones are just these, regular gauntlets, and then these ones are the action gauntlets, upside down, that show, the power of Wonder Woman. My finger is, there we go, is just in the way of that. She comes with those, as well as they're magnetized, so you can see these bullet ricochets that it comes with off of the gauntlets themselves. So that's cool. So you can pose her up with the bullet ricochets on there. She also has interchangeable hands, including the hands to hold her shield, hold her sword. She has fists, she has relaxed hands, so you can pose this Wonder Woman in any way you would want to pose Wonder Woman as seen in the Justice League. She is shipping right now, and there is free global shipping on select items for the holidays. So if you head on over to side.show/JL Wonder Woman, that's side.show/JL Wonder Woman, you can pick her up and add her to your collection. Depending on where you are in the world, if you order her right now, you probably could get her by Christmas. Definitely if you live in the US. So that's pretty awesome. Add her to your collection because, as you know, there's a new Wonder Woman movie coming out, like 2020, right? Yeah, so you're going to want this one, and then you can add on. Anyway, we have a short break, and when we come back, we will be traveling to a galaxy far, far away. And we have a very special guest. So you're watching the Hot Toys Live Show. We'll be right back. welcome back to the Hot Toys Live Show. We have a very special treat for you today. You've seen him on our How to Be a Poser series, so please welcome to the Hot Toys set, Terry Smith. Yay, our master poser. How's it going, Terry?
It's good to see you.
Good to see you too. So we have a couple of figures today for you to pose. Well, not so much the Emperor, but I know that you requested.
No, the Emperor's looking good.
Yeah.
But, I'd like to see. I haven't had my hands on Luke yet, so I was kind of hoping I'd get a chance to see what I can.
All right. Well,
do
to
with
use your
that.
catchphrase, let's get started.
Do I say that?
You absolutely say that.
Awesome. Okay, good.
We're all very aware. So here's a live demonstration of a posing, and while Terry poses Luke, we have all of his accessories set out for you.
So many accessories.
So many accessories. So Luke comes with the authentic likeness of Mark Hamill as seen in Star Wars Episode 6.
It looks really good.
It does look really good.
And what they've done with the paint on the hair is just, wow. The way it catches the light, I love it
Awesome.
so much.
Terry did request he was like, I think I want to pose Luke today. So we just kind of went with, whatever you're feeling. What do you feel? So, and that's kind of how posing goes, like how do you feel, what matches the character. Here, let's go with the artistry of the figure, various things like that.
Yeah, it kind of goes back and forth. You can go either way. You can there can be some sort of preconceived idea of what you want to do with it, or you can just get it in your hands and see what comes out of it, which is legitimately what I'm doing right now. I had no idea that I was going to put his tunic on when I stepped up here. First of all, I'm probably going to get this backwards. I'm sure that there's one way that his
No, that's
side's supposed to go.
Oh!
Yeah.
I always do that. I always do that.
I'm sure I'm going to get this wrong. Feel free to call me out on it, everybody, if I do.
Absolutely. And by the
That's
way, you
fine.
guys, the live chats are open right now. So if you have any questions for Terry while he's posing, I will try not to interrupt him too much. But I definitely do want to take some questions from our live audiences. We do
Cool.
have Facebook watch-alongs that happen in our official Facebook group.
watch-alongs.
I know.
Nobody
Isn't
told
that
me.
exciting?
Yeah, it's so cool.
Well, that's happening. So you guys send Terry all the questions. So Terry, I know that one of the reasons that we have always gotten along so well is the fact that we are both pretty geeky.
What?
Yep. We're both geeks. I'm sorry, I outed you.
Nobody told me that before.
Yeah, nobody has ever called us a geek ever
What?
in our whole lives.
I never
It's really
knew.
awkward that I'm the first person to ever call
This
you
is
a
so
geek.
awesome.
So,
My wife says it all the time. Geek, dork. Yeah.
oh yeah,
There's a laundry list of words.
and you're just like, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, how did you kind of get into posing figures? It's kind of a niche thing, You were a collector first, obviously.
Yeah, I started up with the 6 scale figures.
Mm-hmm.
And by 6 scale figures, I mean 6 scale statues. And the non-posing variety. And then the stuff that I was collecting was from Sideshow.
Obviously.
And they got the Star Wars license. Yeah, and as you already pointed out, I'm a geek for Star Wars. And so I just went ahead and I just bought a couple of those. And I think that they were Jedi figures were my first.
Yeah.
And
Well, my first
I
one was
just-
the Leia Bounty Hunter from
Yeah.
Return of the Jedi.
yeah, and I just started, and I'm a photographer by trade.
That's right.
And I just kind of started photographing them. I was a member of a couple of fanboy communities for these things. And I started posting pictures of them, and people just started calling me out on the poses that I was doing, saying, hey, that's pretty cool. I was like, yeah, you think so?
All right.
Awesome, I'll keep doing it. And one thing led to another, and eventually I just started, doing it more. And eventually I wound up being able to do it professionally for a little while.
Yeah.
And, so that was cool.
That's amazing. I like how you turned kind of something that you loved doing into a full-fledged, career.
Yeah, it was not something that I expected. It's just something that just kind of happened to me. And,
You're like a professional fan.
yeah.
That's amazing. So while the questions start coming in, I'm going to talk a little bit about this Emperor right here and give Terry some time to really focus on his posing.
Focus Jedi.
Well, yeah, Jedis need to have their minds clear.
Word.
Yeah. So this Emperor Palpatine is also the deluxe version. He comes with an authentic and detailed likeness of Emperor Palpatine in Star Wars Episode 6, Return of the Jedi. There is a newly developed head sculpt for him that you can see, where you can see all of these wrinkles on his face. And the skin, because of the way Palpatine's skin is, had to be done and textured a bit differently than the norm on a 6 scale figure. So all of Palpatine had to be done new for this figure. He also has a body with over 30 points of articulation, and while he does have his throne that is really rad, you could pose him in so many action type ways. He comes with 2 Force Lightning hand gestures, like, you know, that's a real thing.
That's a thing.
It's totally a real thing.
So
He has a hand that holds his cane and 3 gesturing hands. So the Emperor is all about those movements, like, so be it, Jedi. And like, that's what he does. And so while you might think of the Emperor as being kind of like the older, wiser Sith Lord, if you will, the Emperor does still have the Force lightning that he uses in Return of the Jedi. So obviously that had to be included in this figure. He has, for his costume, a fabric black colored hooded robe and a dark gray colored tunic with black pants and brown boots, which I was kind of unaware of, that the boots were brown on the Emperor, but they're a very dark brown. There you go. I feel awkward holding up his robe. Anyway, apologies. He also comes with 2 gradient purple Force lightning effects that can be attached to these Force lightning hands. His cane, the Luke Skywalker lightsaber hilt, only comes with this deluxe version, as does the Imperial throne with LED light up features. Can you see those light up features? Yeah, you can. You can totally see them lit up against his hand. And those are exclusive to the deluxe version. Now, see, I feel like this was a missed opportunity for the Emperor. He never really did one of these at any point.
Did he not?
I'm pretty sure he didn't, because he like is revealed. Yeah, I don't think he does, because he's like sitting here when they walk up, because they're coming up the elevator.
Okay, he never did it to Luke, but when Vader showed up,
Did he
to
turn?
let the Emperor, quote unquote, let the Emperor know that Luke was with the rebels, he was facing out the window, and I think he turned around then.
Oh, all right. I haven't watched
Possibly.
Return of the Jedi in a little
Possibly.
while.
If I'm wrong, I'm sorry, but I think that, I think.
Well,
that
the chats
maybe.
will let us know if we're wrong. So that's great. So side.show/The Emperor is where you can go pick him up right now. Side.show/The Emperor. Once again, today's special is that a lot of figures are shipping free all over the globe. So that's only for today. You're going to want to do that right now. So be it, Jedi. Do you have your pose down, Terry?
I have a pose down.
You have
Yeah.
a pose.
There's so many things you can do with this.
I know. I liked kind of watching you switch back and forth while you
Yeah.
figured out what exactly you wanted to do. This is very like sail barge.
Yeah, and this is what I call like a first draft, too. I mean, this typically I would do something like this at home. I'd set it on my shelf, then I'd walk away from it for a little bit, and then I'll come back and I'll look. Something will catch my eye. It might just be like I walk by it and like, oh no, that just won't do it.
I
at all.
totally do that with my 6 scale figures
Right?
as well, where something about it is like that doesn't look exactly natural, or that's not something exactly the character would do. I
Yes.
do it with my Spider-Man constantly. I'm like, well, his leg fell. He needs to be jumping higher.
Spider-Man's all over the place
Yeah,
anyway.
that's
so.
true. Terry, we have a lot of questions.
Okay,
Like
hit me.
a lot.
What do we
So,
got?
what up, Terry? What is your favorite 6 scale figure? From
Don't
Patrick.
make me choose.
Let's start with the hardest possible question.
Wow, every clone trooper that Sideshow ever made. But if I were to pick one, I'm really digging my Ironmonger 6 scale figure right now. I just did a round of photography with that at home in my studio, and I was really happy with what I was able to churn out.
You know
So
what my wallpaper on my phone was for the longest time?
No.
Remember when you brought your Ironmonger in and you posed him with the Silver Centurion and you
Oh,
recreated
yeah.
that cover? That was the wallpaper on my phone.
Yeah,
for
the
the
cover for
longest.
Iron Man 200.
Absolutely. That was
Yeah.
the cover, like my wallpaper for my phone for the longest time, because you recreated it perfectly. I love when you
thank
do that,
you.
because
Yeah.
he recreates classic comic book covers, but with 6 scale figures. It's something that is awesome. And he'll be like, hey, do you know what this is a reference to? And there's enough nerds in the building that were like, yeah, that's Iron Man 200. Oh my God, that looks exactly like it.
I was actually really surprised how many people actually got that reference.
Yeah.
So I was like, that was a sign that I was successful and I was able to pull it off. So yeah, thank you. That's, wow, wallpaper. Awesome.
Yeah. Terry, during a posing session, have you ever accidentally broken anything?
No. Next question.
Laughing in the room should tell.
Only every single time. Yeah. Yeah. So,
Hey Terry, how often do you think poses should be changed? How often do you think poses should be changed?
wow, there's no right answer to that
know.
question, and there's also no wrong answer to that question.
That's true.
It's as often as you like. Like I said, anytime that I walk by a figure and I feel like it needs to be changed, I'm going to change it. If I have the time to do it and the opportunity and the desire and the motivation, then yeah, it's going to happen. So
That's awesome.
yeah, as often as you wish.
Terry, how many figures have you posed together to make a single scene?
Wow. That's funny you should bring that up because I'm about to embark on a single photo shoot in the next week or two in which I'm going to do legitimately more figures in a single shoot than I've ever done before. And I want to say it's somewhere in excess of 20.
So stay tuned,
So
you guys.
yeah, before that, I want to say the ones that I've actually done, that's actually happened. I just did a shoot where I threw in a bunch. Okay, it was when I was working with Sideshow, and it's a photograph of General Grievous.
I remember that. Like,
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
standing.
yeah,
He's standing atop a mountain of defeated clowns. It's a Frazetta inspired
Oh my gosh,
kind of a thing.
yep, totally.
And I want to say there were probably
It's like-
about between
remember
15
that
and
one.
20 clones, and General Grievous standing on top of them.
That's amazing.
Victorious.
So-
Yeah, it was one of my. Yeah, that's
I
still
rem-
one
I
of my
totally
top 5
remember
favorite
that.
things I've ever done with a photograph.
Wow. So let's talk about Luke really quick.
Okay.
Like break from the questions. And so what is this pose? What are you trying to portray in Luke's character?
His anxiety. He's obviously. Okay, he's obviously. Yeah, sorry. I'm trying to remember. I'm actually trying to get a look at this guy. Like, okay, what was I thinking when I did this?
That's a really great shot of his back.
It's just kind of like his anxiety. He's just turning and he's facing a group of opponents. Since he's wearing this, his not wearing this thing, I'm gonna guess that it's pretty obvious that he's getting ready to fight Vader. Perhaps this is before the little flap came down here, which is an indication that he's already like in the heat of battle. But it's prep. He's getting ready to face off with his enemy, and that's it.
I do like the look of determination. It's so interesting that just with a single tilt of the head, you can portray emotion in a 6th scale figure. Because he's facing forward, but kind of like slightly up. So Vader is clearly the opponent.
Yes.
Vader's a little taller than him, but he's posed and he's ready.
Yes. And there's two benefits to that. Yes, it indicates and suggests that Vader's coming at him, a slightly taller opponent, or if you just wanted to just consider that maybe it's like almost a hero pose, like he's just like looking off into the distance, facing a danger that's approaching from far.
Absolutely.
Yeah, something more metaphorical.
So, you just got really deep on us.
I'll stop.
So, the Luke figure has the authentic likeness of Mark Hamill as Luke Skywalker in Star Wars Episode 6, Return of the Jedi. It has a body with over 30 points of articulation, 10 pieces of interchangeable hands that include, they include a pair of hands for holding a lightsaber, an injured right hand, a gloved right fist, a left fist, an open left hand, a right hand for holding a blaster pistol, relaxed left hands, and 2 gesturing hands. His costume has a black top, a black pair of pants, a gray tunic with belt, a dark brown cloak, which we did not take out of the box, but you can do the dark brown cloak as he
You
entered.
can do so many cool things with that.
Yeah,
cloak.
with entering Jabba's palace and everything. Pair of leather-like boots, a green LED lightsaber, a lightsaber hilt, a green lightsaber in motion, a blaster pistol, and a pair of handcuffs. So crazy. I'm crazy because I thought that was like gonna not look cool, but they look so cool. Those lightsabers in motion, especially when the light hits them the right way, they absolutely look like a swinging blade.
And that's just it too. So it's one thing that I've mentioned to people for years is that Hot Toys really seems to be doing a lot of things with an eye towards figure photography.
Absolutely.
I meant to do that. Yeah. Got Dennis here with the sound effects. But yeah, I'm just taking a look at the Wonder Woman figure that you were featuring earlier. That those other the yellow, quote
the
unquote,
yellow ones,
ropes.
but they
You
catch
the
light.
light with that, and it's just really going to have a nice effect.
Absolutely.
So if you can light your collection in the proper way, then that really is going to enhance that.
There you go. So side.show/Return of the Jedi is where you pick up this Luke. Side.show/Return of the Jedi. And you can actually make a really cool scene with the two of these figures together. Hint, hint. Christmas is coming up, right?
Yes,
Yeah?
it is. I'm
Very
glad you
much.
thought of that. Yeah.
I know.
You could even add that.
You know where to find me.
background, too.
That's true. There is also
I
that.
didn't want to say anything, but yeah, that's trifecta.
So Terry, Crystal Moore wants to know, do you
Hi,
think
Crystal.
do you think that Anakin was a victim of Order 66 as well?
Oh, he's always playing the victim. Yeah. After a fashion, I guess that if you, from a certain point of view, if
Oh,
see
what?
what I did there.
Yep.
I think that all of the Republic was a victim of Order 66, if
I
you really want to think about it. So
yeah.
yeah, from that perspective, the Jedi were wiped out. Anakin being one of them. He's no longer a Jedi. Happened pretty much at the same moment as
Yeah.
Order 66 was instituted, and essentially right after that was the downfall of the Republic with the with its dissolution and its reorganization into the First Galactic Empire. I'm never going to do that again.
You get a golf clap.
Thank you.
For that one.
All right. That's all it's worth.
Jamie would like to know, Terry, are you aware that you're the Bob Ross of figure posing?
As it happens, I'm working when I leave here. I'm going home and working on some happy little trees.
Oh, are they happy little trees to pose with?
They're not happy at all. They're
Oh.
downright terrifying. Yeah. That's,
I instantly thought of Snow White, like terrifying trees in Snow White. That's amazing. So Isabel's actually asking on that note, do you set up backdrops when you pose figures in scenes?
I used to when I had access to them when I was working with a team here at Sideshow, but I haven't actually developed any backdrops on my own yet. I'm implementing for my photographs natural elements like rocks and whatnot, like pieces that you would normally use for landscaping and such. For my backgrounds, I use various photographic trickery, lights, smoke, and whatnot, gels to change the colors and enhance things. So
That's awesome.
that's how I get my background.
I was also, since you're a photographer, have you ever considered like doing landscape photography or sceneries or alleyways or something that you could use your own photography in your own posing as well to like kind of bring layers upon your artistry?
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. I've seen that going on, and that's actually one of the reasons that I don't do that. There's plenty of people out there doing that already, and they're doing great work with it. So I really don't.
You
feel
wanna
the
do
need-
something
I don't feel
different.
like I have something anything to contribute to that. Other people are already doing that as well as or better than I could ever do.
All right, well, that's fair. Jesse would like to know, Terry, what dance move would you pose the Empire in? Would he be a moonwalker, a Macarena, or Gangnam style?
The Emperor.
Yeah, this Emperor.
The Emperor. I don't know the move, but it's that. If anybody's watched the behind the scenes, the deleted scenes from Guardians of the Galaxy, when when Ronan is actually participating in the dance-off, that
man.
move, I would totally have him doing that move.
That's amazing. So you could even pose the two of them in their own sort of intergalactic dance-off
Sure.
in a different galaxy.
I mean, they're all
Yeah.
linked by the Disney World anyway. Yes,
Yeah,
that's the
that
one.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
All
not
right.
even going to try to attempt it. I'll fall over.
Yeah,
right
I was
here on
about
camera.
to kick over a whole bunch of 6 scale figures.
I already tried once.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sweet. Well, Terry, thank you so much
Yeah.
for joining us. He'll be back later, so
I'll be back.
I can have you guys ask more questions. He can answer more questions. That'll be like a thing a little bit later, but we have a short video break, and when we come back, we're going to do maximum effort on this show, so whatever that means. So you'll...
What could it possibly
I
mean?
know. You guys have no idea. You're watching the Hot Toys Live Show. We'll be right back. back to the Hot Toys Live Show. We are here with Deadpool, and we always kind of break the fourth wall with this show anyway, because we're talking directly to you, so break the fourth wall jokes don't really work. But we are going maximum effort with this figure from Deadpool 2 right here. This has the authentic and detailed likeness of Deadpool in Deadpool 2. I like that they're like, it has the detailed likeness of a different character, but no, it's Deadpool in Deadpool 2. He comes with 5 interchangeable eyepieces that have different expressions on them. So you can mix and match. They are magnetic to the head sculpt, so you can take these ones off, put these ones on, and if I had nails or tweezers, we would be able to do that live, but I don't. So you guys will have to get the figure on your own and do it yourself. He comes with a lot of interchangeable hands and also weaponry because he's Deadpool. So in here you can see that he has little pointy kind of throwing knives as well as a giant knife. He has his katanas on his back, but right here you can see all of his interchangeable hands as well that include, there's 12, that include the 2 that he's wearing, which are fists. And then he has a pair of relaxed hands, a pair of katana holding hands, a pair of gun holding hands, a pair of finger pointing hands, 1 thumbs up right hand, and an okay sign left hand. So there you go. You're welcome. So many hands for Deadpool. I really like this pose that I think Terry did. Yeah, that's definitely Terry, where he's kind of like, hey guys, I'm Deadpool. He is. He's like, hey guys, I'm Deadpool. You know, I don't know. He also comes with his, in Deadpool 2, he has to wear that inhibitor for his powers. So it comes with his collar. Sorry, put that down too quickly. The inhibitor for the collar. As well as, obviously, a unicorn. I'm just going to hold these up while I kind of turn him. Unicorn. His trainee X-Men jersey, which is like, why don't they make these? Like, I have not found one for me because I want one to wear, especially to like a Super Bowl party.
Right. Seems obvious.
It seems like an obvious thing. It says trainee on the back, X-Men. It's super obvious. Man. So if y'all find one online, that's an actual jersey, not just like a t-shirt. That's what I'm looking for. He comes with that. Terry, this is an adorable pose. And he, of course, comes with high heels because you can't fight crime without high heels.
Sure, if I had it to over again, I would totally do that with the high heels.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
That would be amazing. So that is what Deadpool comes with. You can get your very own Deadpool from Deadpool 2 at side.show/unicorn, side.show/unicorn, in honor of... Okay, this is getting weird. The Avengers are about to assemble right after this break. You're watching Hot Toys Live. We'll be back. Hot Toys Live Show. We have Terry back, and he's here to pose the Captain America concept art version. He was very excited about this.
This is so cool.
He was very excited about posing this one for you guys today. And today is a super special day to be posing this because...
Why?
Yeah, no reason.
What happened?
Did something happen?
What happened?
Nothing happened.
Avengers trailer.
Oh wait, like half of us have to go away right now. No, you. All right.
That was
Anyway.
Something.
Wow.
I wasn't in on the joke.
Oh, anyway. Hilarious. Well, it's actually the host went away, and that all of you guys behind the camera survived.
And
then everyone was happy. Go ahead. You said
My
you.
name's Terry. I live in a tree. Yeah, I swear that I've not seen that trailer more than 3 times.
I definitely have not watched it
Yeah.
more. I've not watched it more than 7 times.
Wow. Well, to be fair, I had to rush out the door to be here. So.
Yeah, and I was almost late for work because I just kept watching it on a loop.
I loved that it. I mean, okay, can I just say Ronan?
Yeah, right.
All right, I've been waiting for so long for Ronan. Yeah.
I was like, please
I'm not
don't
gonna
leave
leave
me
you
hanging
hanging
on this.
No
Thank
way.
you.
But seriously, come on.
Oh my gosh, I'm just like,
Can someone let me in?
yeah, I love it. Like, guys, yeah, can someone let me in? Yeah, that was to me that was a great part. I still want to give Kitty like a little bit of a, because all of her characters survived the snap and none of mine did.
Oh.
Who's gonna be dead at the end? Still dead.
Spoilers.
All right, come on.
Spoilers, no speculation. End game.
No speculation.
End game.
End game. You know, I stopped speculating on Marvel movies because I just trust them. I'm just like, here you go. Take it. Take me. I'm good.
Because whatever I've come to determine that whatever I think is going to happen, whatever they actually do is going to wind up
better.
being so much better.
Is so much
So,
better.
yeah.
So the Captain America concept art version, you're posing him while I'm going to talk to you a little bit about Iron Man and his gantry.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
Cap loses a foot. Anyway.
Well, we're looking at Iron Man right now, so shh. So this is the Iron Man Mark IV die-cast figure with a suit-up gantry as well. That is also 6 scale. This thing is so incredibly detailed and intricate that we need to feature him basically on every show now. We can have him on every show, right? He's going to help me suit up for shows.
I think you need a gantry.
I do need a gantry.
You don't have a gantry?
Guess not. I guess I'm not as cool. Terry got a gantry? What, guys?
I don't know.
What?
I have a gantry. I'm not remotely cool enough for a gantry.
But I do hear that you might get a gantry for your maybe new posing show that is about to drop maybe soon, sort of. Not really.
No. Wait,
No?
What?
No?
We're not supposed to talk about it.
Oh, we're
What are
not
we
supposed to
gonna
talk
talk
about it? Oh, sorry.
No.
Oops. Anyway,
Except you did.
except I did, so forget that I said that.
Remember that part where you asked me if I broke anything? Just kidding.
I was like, oh.
Sorry.
My heart stopped.
I was like, dun 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 dun. So this has the authentic, detailed likeness of Iron Man's suit-up gantry with articulation on all of the, all the robotic arms are each articulate in different various places. See, you can do that.
It can do anything.
It can really do anything you think that it could do to suit Tony up. So Hot Toys figures come with very detailed instructions that show range of motion. So please, when you purchase your Iron Man gantry, please open that up to discover, oh, it can go to a 45-degree angle and nothing past that. And Hot Toys is very specific about that because they know that they have posable figures and that people want to pose things and we'll try to stretch the limits. We want you to stretch the limits, but we don't want to break your figures while you do it. So that is why you should always read the instructions before attempting this. This gantry itself has over 80 points of articulation, and it has 5 mechanical arms on it. It has 4 smaller 5 mechanical arms, and then it has the gantry base with 4 pieces, and they all have light up functions. Now, batteries don't come with the base, so you're gonna have to pick them up on your own. They require 3 AAA batteries.
Oh, that's what I was doing wrong. Okay. Continue.
What we have here is also the Iron Man Mark IV die-cast suit This is a 6th scale figure. It comes with 2 portraits. One is the Iron Man helmet, another is the Robert Downey Jr. likeness. This is Iron Man as seen in Iron Man 2. He has 30 points of articulation on a die-cast metal body, so he is a heavy piece. I'm not going to take him out of the gantry because I don't actually know how to do that, and I don't want to break something. So he also lights up, but he does come with batteries, so you can light up his eyes, his arc reactor, and his hands. Yep, that's a thing. Hands. Some of the accessories he comes with are his sunglasses that Tony Stark is known to have, as well as a box of donuts and a coffee cup. So he comes with a lot of fun stuff. Again, this is Iron Man as seen in Iron Man 2. He has interchangeable chest armor as well as, so the armor comes off to reveal the mechanics of the suit. He has swap outs on his forearms and his shoulders so you can put the weapons on them if you would like. So how are we doing on that pose?
You tell me.
Wow. Wow, I'm gonna move the gantry and put Cap on there.
Oh, wow.
So that way you can show.
I think I did something right.
There you go.
All right.
Oh, I love it. So good. Look at him.
I think I need it.
That is definitely like Cap. You know, when you talk about posing, you always talk about capturing a moment. The characters all have these moments, especially the heroes.
In the middle of doing it, and this isn't something that I had in mind when I started the pose, but in the middle of doing it, I realized that it's kind of reminiscent of from the first film when they bring the party to the Hulk.
Yeah.
And and the monster blows up. The big tank monster
and
blows up.
And then he kind of like
and he just like you see like Thor's just like whatever, he's getting stuff dropped on him, he doesn't care. But everybody else is taking cover, and Cap's just got his shield up and he's shielding Natasha, and that's pretty pivotal moment.
Wow.
And of course the music comes to my mind when I'm thinking about that.
Oh yeah.
The Avengers theme.
Oh.
Yeah. Such
Absolutely.
a great, one of the top 5 moments in MCU history as far as I'm concerned.
I completely agree.
So.
Crystal Moore's asking how many figures are in your personal collection? Posable figures.
Wow.
Specifically.
My wife's at home right now. Honey, I'm going to have to ask you to turn off the
Earmuffs.
computer right
Earmuffs.
now. And
Earmuffs.
I actually anticipated this question. I have no idea. What I can tell you is that currently on display at my house are 76 6th scale figures with at least ×2 in boxes and closets. So.
Wow. I can confirm.
He can
Wow,
confirm. He's
that's
seen it.
amazing.
Dennis
Dennis can confirm.
Yeah.
So JJ Joe says, would you like to be called Professor Terry Smith or Jedi
Yes.
Master Terry Smith when you teach us how to pose?
You pick.
Yeah. I was going to say Professor to me is a little bit universal.
Well, I mean, the gray hair thing and the glasses.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
it's-
That's
You should
true.
see me with a sport coat on. It just completes the
There you
image.
go.
Yeah.
Next time. Next time.
Elbow patches.
Yes.
A tweed with the elbow patches.
Corduroy.
Corduroy.
Right?
So Terry, do you have an Instagram account?
Yes, I do have an Instagram
What
account.
would that be? Everyone
I
everyone
have-
wants to know.
I have 2 Instagram accounts. One is just for my dogs, but the other one is Terry35mm,
Terry35mm.
like 35 millimeter. That's what I
Oh,
do.
is that what that means?
Yeah. So
I had no idea.
yeah. So it's that Instagram account has been exclusively for 6th scale figures and premium formats for about 3 years now, I think.
There you go.
So.
Amazing. So Terry, everyone's calling you. You're the collector of the week now because of your massive collection.
There's a collector of the week?
There is.
Yeah.
There is.
Oh,
You've been
wow.
ineligible for it because you work with us.
Yeah.
But yeah, there technically is.
Okay.
Yeah. So Cap right here, I'm going to go over a few things about the actual figure. If you go to side.show/conceptcap, he has just started to ship. People are getting him, and I'm loving, even if you just look at what they're doing with this figure on Instagram, people are loving this figure. It's based on Ryan Meinerding's art, the concept art from Captain America Civil War. Specifically, it has the likeness of Chris Evans, over 30 points of articulation, 7 pieces of interchangeable hands, including a pair of fists, a pair of shield holding hands, one shield throwing hand, one shield catching hand, one finger pointing right hand. He has a newly formed tailored black-colored Captain America suit with scale pattern and a silver Avengers emblem. And
The scale pattern seals the deal.
scale pattern seals the deal.
Pretty sure it's made of unstable molecules. So.
He does come with 2 shields, a circular shield as well as his classic
Yeah.
Star-Spangled Man Who Can. And he also comes with the Marvel Cinematic 10-year anniversary themed base. So again, he just started to ship. You can pick yours up at side.show/conceptcap. That's side.show/conceptcap. We're going to take a few more questions for Terry. So, Terry, what is the hardest figure that you've had to pose?
Ooh.
I feel like I want to break that up into 2 questions. Hardest
Okay.
figure conceptually, and then hardest figure physically.
Physically?
Yeah. Batman?
Conceptually, actually,
Batman.
believe it or not, for me, what I had the hardest time coming up with a good pose for recently was the die-cast Mark II.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh.
and I don't know if it was just I was suffering from a mental roadblock or what the deal was, but I wound up going a little bit more. I wound up digging a little bit deeper, and to get the pose that I wanted. And I was doing this actually for a video that's going to be coming, that hopefully is going to be coming down the pipe here. But,
Someday.
we'll see. But I did something just completely different. I had in my mind, like, this is when he's developing the Ironman technology, and so I just had this like mad scientist idea. I was thinking Dr. Frankenstein,
Oh.
and so instead of just having him, I did one pose where he's just doing the hover thing. That was obvious from that scene, but I didn't want to do a whole lot of flight poses. What I wound up going with was just something where he's just kind of in this almost like classic sculpture posture where he's just like looking at, like he's just checking out this, like one hand's back here and the other hand's out here, and it's just, I don't know, it's just different. It was weird, and I just wound up having to go with that.
That's awesome. Yeah, and then
Part 2.
physically. Part 2 is physically. Everyone keeps saying off camera Batman. Have you had problems with Batman?
Oh, yeah, I had issues with Batman, but I think
Batman's
the one
thick in the
that's-
middle, so he doesn't like to.
Well,
Yeah.
the suit is
there are constraints that are just inherent with
Yeah,
that with that
because you
suit.
always want to
It's-
pose Batman like this.
Yeah, it's kind of
Always.
just gonna.
Oh my god.
And that's going to be a gift. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
Anyway.
So thanks for that.
Yeah.
No, but for real, for serious.
First Order Stormtroopers.
Really?
Yeah. In fact, if you were to put together an outtake video of my time posing Stormtroopers, I mean, it would be totally not safe for work. I was so frustrated with those. Yeah.
If you were to host a posing show, what would you call it?
What should I call it, guys?
What is it called? Nothing. Never mind.
Strike a pose.
What?
Oh, that's a good one.
Ooh.
Yeah, strike a pose.
Strike
Yeah.
a pose?
Yeah.
I should be a part of that. That sounds fun.
I didn't mention the Madonna is a big influence on my posing, so
Oh,
yeah, I should probably bring that up.
I now want to pose like a bunch of my figures in like Madonna poses from
Do you have the
various
hands for it?
videos. No, I probably
Just-
don't.
No.
Wait, Bree, what were you saying about Bob Ross?
Strike a pose with the Bob Ross
Oh.
posing.
Oh,
Yeah, with the Bob Ross
okay. Is
posing.
that really going to be the subtitle? Huh? All right, I like it.
Aw. Crystal's asking me if I cried during Endgame. What do you all think? I cry about everything. Of course I cried during Endgame. Jeff's behind the camera going, yeah, she did.
I just straight up cheered,
Yeah.
man. I mean, as soon as Ronan popped in, I'm
No,
just going
I
to start
just,
calling him Hawkeye.
I was just watching.
Hot Toys, Ronan figure. Make it so.
It's gonna happen. It'll happen. But yeah, definitely. That's why I was so grateful for the Ant-Man at the end, because I was like, all right, I can laugh now. I'm cool. I'm good.
How did he get out of
The quantum
spoiler,
realm?
the
I don't know.
That's the question.
That's the question.
Yeah.
He says I'm big again, or whatever.
I guess we'll just have to buy tickets.
I know. Yeah. So
Waiting,
Terry,
waiting. Yeah.
capes or no capes?
Have you guys not seen Watchmen?
Or The Incredibles?
Capes are my kryptonite when it comes to posing figures. It took me a long time before I got anywhere close to what I consider to be acceptable with posing capes. So obviously I prefer anything that doesn't have a cape, but let's face it, you can do some pretty cool things with capes,
That's true. That's true.
and I do like Lando. So There you
Lando
go.
has a closet of capes. I would also try all
He has
of
a
those.
closet of capes on a Millennium Falcon.
Yeah, but I would totally try on
Yeah.
all. I would do exactly what Kira did. I would totally go in there and be like, closet of capes, eh?
So would I.
All right. Cool. So, Terry, once again, thank you so much for being here.
It's
You
always a
guys, if you
pleasure.
want to follow him at Terry35mm, so 35mm.
Ooh, also on YouTube at Toys Will Be Toys.
Toys Will Be Toys on YouTube. There you go. Thank you so much for watching. You guys head on over to side.show/notify so that way you can turn on notifications for every time our live shenanigans happen. You're going to want to know about it because you're going to get some dancing, you're going to get some posing.
If you call that dancing.
It's dancing.
Okay.
And so, guys, thank you so much for watching. Have an awesome rest of your day. And don't forget to let your geek side show.
Bye,
Thank you,
everybody.
guys. Bye.